Hi everyone. Today I'm gonna be talking about a girl called Ruri Ohama. I already reviewed a video of hers a while ago. A subscriber of mine told me that she's very depressed. She feels lost. She doesn't know what to do, which is why I did some research. I'll explain to you what's going on and hopefully to her also if she sees this video. Firstly, we are going to look at one of her latest videos. She will talk about how she feels in the video.
Hello. I want to give a quick life update because I don't know if you guys noticed, but actually a few weeks ago I started posting consistently on Fridays. Like every single Friday I'm posting a video. And this week I realized I'm not able to publish any videos, so I just wanted to give a quick life update on what's going on. So since like 5 years, I've been struggling with a lot of digestive issues, especially like probably with my gut, to be honest, with my gut and stomach. So I'm feeling
Yes, and right away you would have to think why? Why do I have digestive issues? What do I do with my digestive tract? I digest food, of course. I swallow it, it goes through me, and it digests. What would cause digestive issues? Indigestible food, unnatural food, food that is not made for your body. That would be the number one thought for a natural animal, a human being that lives in nature, because if you eat what you're naturally supposed to eat, which is raw meat, then you never have digestive issues. You never even feel the food. Even cooked meat you feel in the stomach somewhat, for sure. But compared to plants, it's not that bad. That's why people who are on the carnivore diet have no real problems. Nothing as bad as what you would have when you eat vegetables, seeds, and so on, spices, herbs, all of that. The problem is that people today grow up eating unnatural food and they don't know any better. They believe that it's normal to feel like this. And that's why when it gets worse, they don't understand what's causing it, even though actually we intuitively all know the problem. It's the unnatural food.
bloated all the time. I'm constantly
Bloating, also, a lot of gas. It's your body trying to deal with the indigestion.
very like tired, even though I'm getting good sleep. Like I'm getting 9 hours of sleep every single day. And my sleep
You also need to sleep longer if you don't digest the food well, if you don't eat natural food.
quality is good. I've been using Whoop for over a year right now and I'm tracking my sleep. So sleep is not the issue, but I'm feeling constantly tired. And I am
Yes, and you can tell from her videos that she's doing badly, which is why I wanted to make this video because I feel bad for her. I really do. I just don't like seeing her this down, depressed.
always like bloated like every single day. And I'm experiencing a lot of stomach ache and a lot of these issues. And I've been going to the doctor every single year to get check on my stomach and my gut and etc. But so far they always like prescribed meds to me and they just like sent me back. And one time I've
That's of course not a solution because the problem is the food that you're eating. So medications at the very best would cover up the symptom of what's going on. It would never heal you or help you.
done an endoscopy and we found out that my basically stomach had what is that like increased acidity or something, and I had some stomach issues and we thought we fixed it, but then my symptoms never went away, like bloating, fatigue, stomach pain, and I thought I was lactose intolerant. And then I got a basically test to see whether I have lactose intolerant, but turns out I don't have a lactose intolerance. So we were like really unsure about what is going on. And we questioned IBS, which is like irregular bowel syndrome or something. And recently, basically like a few days ago,
At its core, it's all the same. IBS, Crohn's disease, because it's all because you as a human being don't eat what you're naturally supposed to eat. And some people, for different reasons, react to the food worse than others. Gluten, for example, seeds, they are a problem for everybody on earth, but for some people more. Even when you have siblings growing up in the same household, they will never eat 100% the same food. They will eat some other stuff when they are outside. One is going to eat way more seed oils and spices, the other one not. That's all that you need to change your gut microbiome, to hurt your digestive tract, to create leaky gut. There's going to be a lot of inflammation because of that. The walls will be inflamed. You name it. I'm just saying that it's very easy to mess up, and when you do, a lot of people are gonna simply react way worse to stuff which people react bad to, but not as badly as you. Nobody feels good after eating spicy food, but some people who already have a very damaged gut cannot take it at all. They may even have some bleeding, a lot of pain, a lot more pain.
Done a blood test as well as, what is the name of it? Like, what is a medical name of it? Poop test? Whatever. And the results are not that good. And then we started to question of the celiac disease, like the gluten tolerance thingy, as well as the Crohn's disease. And I got some test results showing that I am probably not I don't probably have a celiac disease, but still the question remains for the Crohn's disease and other possible options. So I have like ultrasonic thingy scheduled as well as colonoscopy.
I just want to make it really clear when it comes to Crohn's disease and all of this. It's simply your gut reacting to unnatural food. I've never heard of anybody who was diagnosed with this but started eating naturally and still had the symptoms. Not one case. Everybody that I know who had IBS and Crohn's disease, the diagnosis, it's not as if you have it really, you're just eating unnatural food and your body reacts to it. When they started eating what they are naturally supposed to, all of the symptoms, everything always went away. And actually, typically within days, very quickly, at the very latest, when the damage was really bad, within a week. That's how it is. And doctors will usually tell you that you have it for life. And you will if you eat the same food for the rest of your life. Yes, then you will. Because your body is reacting to it. And if you continue, it never goes away. Of course, that makes sense.
As well as endoscopy. I have so many tests to take, like to get done at a hospital. And for a few days, I've been just like emotionally trying to accept the fact that I might have Crohn's disease. Like, by the way, like we don't know yet. I might not have Crohn's disease at all, but like this thing really occupied my head, and I've been thinking like, oh, if I have Crohn's disease, there's no cure for it. It's like a lifelong disease.
It's so bad because people really believe this. This poor girl, man. I really hope that somebody censored this video or at least inform her. She really needs it. This girl really needs the truth.
And I literally went through the 5 stages of like grief almost. And I was quite maybe dramatic about it. And I was feeling so down about it. And for the last few days, like I literally didn't do anything. I just chilled. So I'm waiting for the test results. I don't know whether I'll update you guys, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. But that's basically the reason. So take care of your health, guys. And sometimes, and also, by the way, the one message I want to share, if I want to like share one message from this video, I went to the same doctor for 4 years and he didn't take me seriously. And the moment I changed my doctor, he just basically asked me to do a bunch of tests, and we now get a lot of results that indicating that there might be something underlying. That's like, if someone is struggling with bloating, fatigue, and stomach pain for 4 years, why didn't you ask me to get like some blood tests done and other stuff? Like, why? I'm so angry at my old doctor.
Yeah, but doctors never talk about food at all. Think about it. An animal goes to you. We humans are animals, biologically, obviously. We are not plants. And the animal complains about gut pain, meaning that it comes from the place where your food goes to. But the doctor does not think, could it have to do with the food that you're eating? That they don't even say. How? How can it be? I understand that when it comes to something else, they don't say that. But when it comes to your stomach and digestive system, and they still don't talk about food, come on. It's so strange.
By the way, but I love my new doctor. So anyway, so if you're struggling with your like health issues and if your doctor is not taking you seriously, just change your doctor. Like, literally, that's a lesson that I learned. Like the moment you feel like your doctor is not taking you seriously, just change your doctor. Literally, always get a second opinion. That's what I learned. But anyway, I'm really hoping that
It's not as if doctors are not good for anything. Surgeons can be very helpful. Even doing some tests can be an indicator of something. Yeah, for sure, no doubt. But when it comes to food, they don't learn really anything about food.
we will sort out whatever is going on in my body, because I am so not feeling good about it. Like, I'm always bloated, like all the time. I have like stomach ache every single day. And also that's like one of the reasons why I didn't kind of like going out that much, because I bloat really badly. I just have this stomach pain all the time. And it's not really pleasant, to complain about it all the time. So
What you need to think about is, what if you would not eat any food, if you would do fasting? I'm not recommending that. What I'm saying is, think about it. You would do that, you would have no stomach pain. What I mean is, if you wouldn't be consuming any food, you wouldn't have any stomach pain. That tells you that what you're eating is causing the stomach pain and the bloating, right? You understand that that's just common sense. And then you need to think, but I need to eat. Well, then what can I eat not to have the stomach pain? And then, of course, the only answer is what you're naturally supposed to eat. Of course, that's it. That should be the logic behind it.
I hope it's not a big deal. And I hope I can do something about it. And yeah, take care of your health, really. Go to the hospital if you have a symptom. Like, I've been going for 4 years, but I finally might get an answer of what the hell is going on. It's very difficult, like, really. I think, like, being healthy is something that we take it granted for.
Now we are going to look at what she has been eating the last 4 years approximately. And she said that that's when it started.
During those like depressive episodes, yes, I was eating. Like, emotionally, I also was binge eating, but also I started a very unhealthy habit of drinking alcohol quite often. So with the combination,
Alcohol is obviously toxic and also destroys the gut microbiome. She's also, or she used to be a medical student. I don't know what she does right now, if she actually works, but that's probably why she also trusts doctors. It's unfortunate. I'm sure that she knows herself that she didn't learn anything about food when she was studying.
I also get quite a lot of comments about sushi. People told me that it's very gross to eat raw fish, but I think sushi is delicious.
I just wanted to show you this because she actually finds sushi delicious. You should understand that back in the day, rice was only used to preserve the fish, essentially. It was thrown away. But when the Japanese were starving, and other Asians also, they started eating the rice because they had no food, these little white seeds. That's of course not human food. They also cause digestive issues, not as badly as other seeds, but still, of course, you should not be eating rice. But it's a staple nowadays because humans in general all over the earth eat a lot of seeds, beans, grains because of the famine times. But back in the day, we only ate animal foods, also dairy in some places in Europe, for example. The fish was always eaten by itself. They also fermented the fish, but that's what the rice was used for. They then uncovered the fish and threw away the rice. There was never food. And now they eat sushi like this, rice with the fish. In reality, they always say that the way they eat sashimi, just fish, yeah, maybe with some soy sauce or whatever, that may be true, but never with the rice. My point is simply that she likes raw fish, she likes raw meat. She just doesn't understand that she should only be eating that, or at least mostly. You can also eat some fruits and eggs and whatnot.
She ordered 2 amarone vines, and I think she ordered something called Belrone, if I'm not wrong. I'm gonna get that tomorrow, but it was like too heavy, so I decided to get it tomorrow. And I also got myself a lot of risotto from Knorr. Knorr? Italian Knorr is really delicious, really good.
Risotto is essentially just rice with additives. Just a slave meal. Rice made into something somewhat palatable, sometimes some little pieces of meat and whatnot. And again, as we can see, the alcohol also. The alcohol is not even the worst part compared to the seeds.
So, and since I cannot cook, these are gonna really help me. I got the porcini, and then pescatora, asparagi. I might, maybe I'm reading these wrong. Just like, listen to my fake Italian accent. Parmigiana, crema porcini.
She has so many of these packages, just seeds, which really disrupt the gut. And if you eat like this for many years, this can be the result. Most people are dealing with problems which were caused by seeds. Seeds are the most toxic parts of a plant, the most well protected part of the plant, because the plant really doesn't want you to eat the seed because it's the baby of the plant. That's how the plant reproduces, so to speak. And when you eat the seed, then of course the toxins are released in the gut, and that's what destroys the gut. And this was from years ago. She's been doing this for ages now.
The sushi here is absolutely amazing, from the melt in your mouth tuna to the perfectly seasoned rice.
Melt in your mouth. What it means is that it's raw, it's fresh, it's natural, and it melts in your mouth because raw meat is very soft compared to cooked meat because it's dry and very chewy. And she likes that. She points it out, but she still doesn't only eat what she's naturally supposed to eat. She eats it with rice and vegetables and who knows what, maybe kimchi. Kimchi is also very bad for the gut. Contrary to what everybody says, it's full of indigestible cabbage, toxins, herbs, garlic, ginger, super bad for your gut. Really, really bad. Really destroys your gut. You can never eat it if you have gut problems. You shouldn't eat it anyway in general.
This place is a must visit for any sushi lover. Every piece of sushi was a...
And so she kind of understands what she's supposed to eat, but she just doesn't get it. She's supposed to fully only eat that sashimi, not sushi.
Work of art, beautifully presented and tasted divine. From the perfectly seared fatty tuna to delicately rolled maki, I was in sushi heaven. The restaurant service is always incredible, and I felt like a VIP throughout the meal.
Oh, it's so sad, and she gets it, she loves it. There's just something about her that makes me feel sorry for her. Maybe it's also her voice. It's so kind of innocent sounding, like she doesn't get what's going on, why she has the gut issues.
It's breakfast time. My grandparents have green tea during and after every meal. Green tea is super healthy.
Unfortunately not. Green tea is actually very unhealthy. It's very poisonous. It's made out of poisonous green leaves, sometimes also other leaves, herbs and whatnot, but typically that's what tea is made out of. Tea is full of neurotoxins, caffeine also, for example. That's why it tastes so bad. That's why it's bitter, usually, depending on what it's made out of. That's why people add sugar to tea. Same with coffee, also super bad for your gut. Coffee is made out of toxic seeds, and green tea is made out of toxic green leaves. Completely inedible. Was also used in the times of starvation when people had nothing to eat or drink. They made this hot water with green leaves because they were starving. They didn't know what to do, so they started boiling green leaves out of absolute desperation because they didn't want to eat the green leaves as such because they are so toxic. So they made green leaf water and mixed it with sugar or whatever they had, something to cover up the taste. And then the people were brainwashed to believe that it's healthy for you, even though it's a famine drink actually. It's how it is. I know that your grandma and your family drinks it, but that's the reality of what tea is. Then you have some farmed salmon, I guess. Even when it's cooked, still better than anything else there. We'll see.
If you're interested, just research. That's what I do. Time I get.
Yes, everything else is bad for your gut. It's going to cause digestive issues, bloating, and pain, especially when your gut is already damaged. And again, you may think, Why doesn't my sibling, why doesn't my grandma have the same issues? They have issues. They may not have them as severely simply because they were not exposed to exactly the same as what you were exposed to. It all depends. How long were you breastfed? What did you get as a baby, as a child? That all defines the health of your gut. Nobody's gonna eat exactly, literally, the same food. Some people are simply gonna react worse than others to the same seeds and plants. Point being, nobody reacts good to seeds and plants because it's not human food.
Curious about something, I just research it. This is our breakfast. We have pretty much same thing every day in Japan. In Japan, culture and religion is pretty mixed like everywhere in the world, but most of the people don't believe in any religion, even though they don't believe.
Okay, that's a different topic. I like that.
In the simplest form, ramen is wheat noodles in a broth, but beyond that simple description
Yes, it's wheat noodles, meaning that it's made out of seeds. It's again famine, slave food.
lies a world of possibilities, as noodles are often accompanied by any number of toppings. Ramen was born when the Chinese noodle dish came to Japan and fused with Japanese cuisine, combining men, so noodles, dashi, soup stock, tare, sauce, ingredients, and fat or oil. Ramen has now crossed the seas and became a popular dish through the world, which makes me really happy. Ramen does not have a single recipe, but it's instead born from an almost limitless number of variations through the...
Again, you have toxic green leaves, herbs, the noodles are made out of seeds, full of glyphosate and who knows what, which are antibiotics. They destroy the gut microbiome. Then you have spices in the soup, salt very, very likely, which also kills bacteria and just makes them lifeless, basically. It's a sort of antibiotic. That's why it's used to preserve food, because no living organisms go near salt, because salt kills them all. That's why salt was used everywhere on earth to preserve food, to make cured meats and whatnot. It's bad. It's very bad. Now we understand why she has the problem. That's clear as day. This is one of her most recent videos.
Hello guys, I want to give a quick update about my health. So about a month ago or so, I made a video talking about how long I've been feeling so bloated, tired after every single meal, and I'm almost like becoming a pregnant lady every single afternoon after eating food, because apparently I can't digest majority of the foods, and I'm not doing really well, or I haven't been doing well in terms of like gastrointestinal wise. And so like you can watch this video to learn more about it. But anyway, after I made that video, a lot of you guys recommended me to get a SIBO test, which stands for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, to see whether I have it, because most of my symptoms were overlapping with that, which is...
Yes, the vegans also always recommend that at the end of the day, that doesn't help you. It doesn't get to the root cause of the problem, which is that you're eating unnatural food.
bloating after eating, and I would get bloated so much that I, struggle with breathing. It's that bad, and I'm always like gassy. Also, I'm just like struggling to digest anything, and I feel very sleepy after meals, etc, etc. Anyway, I got that test yesterday done, and the results were negative, so I don't have SIBO. So I've done an endoscopy, I've done a colonoscopy, I've done blood tests, I've done also stool tests, I've done the SIBO test. So I have done so many things, and the answer is that we don't really know. I got diagnosed with gastritis, as well as the IBS, irregular bowel syndrome, but we don't really know what the trigger is. After getting...
And it's so bad nowadays. Even though it's so clear, people just don't understand that, because they think, oh, people around me eat similar food. Why don't they have the same problem? They just do not understand that some people suffer more. Some people are simply more sensitive to the same garbage.
So many tests done, I realized that sometimes you don't...
I feel so bad. I can't even express how bad I feel for her. I don't know what it is about her specifically. Do you guys also feel that, or is it just me? I just really want her to heal more than with other people. It's weird, yeah. There's just something about her. She has like this innocence. She doesn't understand why it's going on. Like, I just really want her to wake up. I want to see a video of her eating at least a lot of meat, animal-based, ideally raw, of course. And they eat a lot of raw animal foods in Japan. And her saying that she has no more gut pain, that she feels happy.
The gut and brain is connected, right? Like the gut-brain connection. And your gut health affects your brain, your ability to focus, your mental health quite a lot. And your mental health also affects your gut, etc. So like it's vice versa. But when I go to the hospital, there is no way of checking the link between them and how both of them are affecting each other. And after getting so many tests done and talking with multiple doctors, this is my theory of what is going on with my body, okay? But take it with a grain of salt because this is not medical advice. Neither what my doctor told me. My doctor told me just this. We don't really know what's going on. You know, just avoid the foods that are triggering you. That was it. That's the conclusion, and they prescribed me.
Well, it's actually a good recommendation, except that you don't understand what's causing it, I guess.
Like probiotics and gas relieving tablets. That's it. So this is my conclusion and this is my guess based on my very limited medical knowledge. Okay, you know, there are books like this, for example, The Food Mood Connection, and there are also so many research.
The food mood connection recommends people to eat vegetables, indigestible, bad for you, whole grains, as bad for you as anything can get in general, but especially when you have digestive issues. Legumes, beans and whatnot, all just seeds. Very little meat, animal foods. It does say to avoid processed foods made with soybean oil and whatnot, which is good. By the way, I also saw her buy, what do you call them, bentos or something, those packages in Japan where they sell this fried stuff, and that stuff is fried in soybean oil, canola oil, oil from seeds. Very toxic, very bad for you, super bad for your gut. That's another problem that she has if she still eats that. Point being, they tell you to avoid all the processed garbage. That's good, but then again, you still eat processed foods, of course, when you eat grain products. And if you eat whole grains, especially raw, your gut is gonna be as damaged as it could be. That's a complete gut destroyer. Then even processed grains are better than eating whole actual seeds, because then you have all of the toxins, defense chemicals intact. Oh, and the book also says there's no right diet for everybody. That typical saying that people who have no clue about what humans are naturally supposed to eat say. Because then you could also say that about cows. There's no right diet for a cow, no right diet for a wolf. Or shouldn't all cows eat grass? Shouldn't all wolves eat meat? Or should some wolves eat spinach? And should some cows eat steaks and mushrooms or whatever? Come on. I don't know. Maybe cows do eat mushrooms. I have no idea. But you understand what I mean. An animal is supposed to eat what the animal is supposed to eat naturally. There's no specific diets for an animal. It's the same with humans.
Researches about the gut and brain connection. So my hypothesis, you know, all of my symptoms started like around 4 or 5 years ago. And since then, every single year, I'm getting endoscopy. Like, literally every single year. And every single year, we figure out that my stomach is inflamed. So what can be the cause?
Yeah, only the food that you're eating. That's the only cause. What else? It's inflamed, meaning that your body produces the inflammation in response to what you're eating. That's it. It's as simple as that. Your body produces the inflammation on its own. It doesn't come from the outside. The foods that cause it come from the outside and trigger the body, the stomach walls, the intestinal walls.
Like when I think about it, 5 years ago is the exact time where I was depressed. Like, you know, I got diagnosed with major depression a few years ago. I'm fine now. This is also what my doctor told me, is that my gut microbiome probably changed due to something. That could be food poisoning, that could be something else that we don't know. And in my opinion, it changed due to depression. My dad went bankruptcy, he failed businesses, my uncle scammed us, my father's family side abandoned us, we were struggling financially, and I was probably at the darkest mentally ever.
I don't think that there's any proof for that. I've never heard of it. What's more likely is that happened, and for sure that felt bad. That made you stressed, And because of that, you started eating a lot of garbage and also possibly drinking the alcohol, or at least more alcohol.
Every single day I was so stressed, and I would wake up and feel, another day. I would feel so drained all the time, and I was struggling with sleep. I was struggling. Even I remember like my heartbeat was so fast all the time because how stressed I was. And my theory is that like 5 years ago, due to that like high amount of stress and anxiety and depression, probably it affected my gut, that my gut microbiome changed a little bit, that it started to react to foods. First, it started with like dairy. Till then, like I was fine with dairy. I was able to digest dairy, but I started to get bloated after eating dairy.
Typically, when your gut is damaged, you can not tolerate certain foods anymore, and oftentimes it's also dairy
products. And then it started to get worse and worse and worse. So I got tested for a lactose intolerance, but it was negative. It shows that I don't have lactose intolerance. And now I'm kind of fine with dairy products. Like I can tolerate to some sort of degree, but if I eat a lot and if I'm stressed that day, I react to it badly. And anyway, so I started to kind of like react to dairy. And then I started to react to like onions and garlic and also spicy food.
Very poisonous. All spicy food anyway, super bad for your gut.
And then to artificial like sweeteners and stuff like that. And also my bloatings get actually worse during the periods of time where I'm more stressed. Maybe there are like multiple projects going on, or maybe my views are declining, or maybe there's an external something happening in my own small tiny world that I'm putting myself more pressure in. During those days I feel more bloated, where I'm not doing anything, or like I'm doing a lot of things but I'm just like enjoying my day. Then those days I don't really bloat. Especially also like if I'm working out regularly, I tend to bloat less or less frequently. So those kind of signs show me that it might be related to actually stress. And the kind of like the starting switch was my depression. Like this is my personal opinion, okay? This is not medical, or this is not based on scientific evidence. This is based on my hypothesis. So like what I'm planning to do is that obviously be less stressed if that's possible, or like create systems to manage my stress better. And I've been working out like pretty consistently for the last 3-4 years, but there are periods of time where I would be less consistent. But I decided to make working
Is there also a connection? Maybe working out is extremely stressful for the body. I don't know what she means by reducing or lowering the stress. Doesn't make any sense. Working out makes you very, very stressed. But what I'm thinking is that maybe she also started consuming maybe protein powders or just more food, and seeing as she eats seeds, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Your body needs more food, and seeing as the food that she eats is based on seeds, she started eating more seeds. She started working out 3-4 years ago. The problem started 4 years ago. Makes way too much sense. I don't think that she's connecting it.
out a non-negotiable in my life, because when I don't work out, I get so stressed, I get so bloated, and I just struggle with breathing that I can't do anything. I am not able to focus because my brain fog is so bad after meals, and I'm so sleepy that I don't do anything. This is the next book that I'm going to be reading, The Food-Mood Connection. It says OCD, depression, anxiety, ADHD, and more, an indispensable guide to surprising food that fight those things, basically.
How can you fight those things with seeds and plants which you're not supposed to eat? So strange. Who wrote that book? Is it just ignorance, or is there something more behind it? It just doesn't make any sense to recommend a diet which 99% of people on earth already eat. How can you recommend the same diet to people and write a book about it if that's clearly not only not helping, it's obviously the cause of the problems? That makes so little sense. You would have to recommend the opposite. People eat very little meat and too many seeds and vegetables. Turn it upside down. Don't eat that and eat animals. For the most part, or only pretty much, except for some fruits which are easy to digest.
Read about it, and if it's helpful, I might make a video about it. And yeah, so basically this is a little update, and I want to know how's your health is going, or if you have experienced those kind of symptoms, what have you done that helped you? Yeah, let me know.
My digestion is perfect, and I don't say that to brag. I say that because I want her to understand that there's people out there who eat what humans are naturally supposed to eat, which is raw meat, and we don't even feel the food in the stomach. There's no bloating, no pain. Anyway, but what I mean is that you don't feel it at all. It's as if it goes right through you, so to speak. Not in a bad way. You eat it, You don't even feel it in your stomach, intestines, and then it comes out. Everything is good. Everything is perfect. And there's no gas at all. Not only is there no bloating, there's just no gas. You don't smell, you don't stink, because it's working the way it naturally should. And that's how it is when you eat natural food. Food in its natural raw state. That's what humans eat in nature. And none of them have IBS or Crohn's disease or whatever. They couldn't possibly be diagnosed with that because they have no digestive issues. Nobody ever used to have when we ate natural food back in the day. But now, most people have digestive issues. Not as severe as yours in a lot of cases, but when you eat a lot of spicy stuff, seeds, plants, you're gonna have them. Think about it. Would you walk around in nature and start putting leaves into hot water or seed powders? Make the seeds into a powder and put it in hot water? I'm talking about tea and coffee. Or grind up seeds and somehow bake them into bread or something, or noodles? No, it's impossible. How could you even? It's not even really possible. That would be super hard. Without modern tools, forget about it. Would people dig up onions from the ground and eat that? Wild garlic, wild carrots? No, they are bitter, super poisonous, inedible. You're eating cultivated versions of these wild plants. That's why they don't taste as badly. They still don't taste good. You still won't eat them in their raw, natural state. That's the truth about what humans are supposed to eat. As I said, I really hope that somebody shows her this video, because your gut really is connected to your whole body, because what you eat is going to define the way you feel. You don't eat anything, you feel really bad. You won't have digestive issues in your case, but you're not going to feel good when you don't eat. It just means that you're naturally failing. You're a bad hunter. You're not getting any food. Fasting, starvation makes you feel horrible, really, really bad, because it's just your body trying to tell you that you failed at life, basically. That's what the state of fasting is. It's a failed hunter state. And if you eat unnatural food, then you're simply gonna feel the pain and the bloating and whatnot. And when you eat natural food, you don't feel any of that. But on top of that, you feel really good. As in, really happy, really fulfilled. Of course, other things in life can bring you down, no doubt about it. But you can even overcome that if you eat natural food. That's how strong it is. But in general, if you have no other problems in your life, then it's actually going to make you feel euphoric most days. Even just walking outside, being in the sun, or even if there's no sun, and just being, just living, just being alive is going to make you feel super good. That's how it will be. You really need to start eating natural food, what humans are supposed to eat. I really wish you all of the best. Thanks for watching.